I guess I could ask you about what you think about Selby now, how it's changed since, I guess, when you went to school, since that time when you knew it from school time.
You know, it hasn't changed a lot. The architecture of Selby, to my way of thinking, hasn't changed a lot. And I hope they won't change it. You know, I mean, the Abbey obviously is just as it was. Yeah. At one time they took away the buttercross from the marketplace. The buttercross is that piece of stone, you know, that monolith that apparently the ladies, when the market was held around that, you see, in the marketplace, and apparently the ladies used to sit on there to sell their butter, the ladies from the farms, and that's why it was called a buttercross. And the Selby market was brilliant when I was a girl. And it still is quite good, but I've not been very often. I don't go often there lately, but I was there the day I happened to go into the Lonsborough for a meal, and that's when I saw your exhibition. There used to be also a cattle market which was held at the bottom of James Street, not far from the school. But that I think has stopped. I'm pretty sure that doesn't happen anymore. The new part is all that precinct around Boots, you know. I mean, that's changed. That's like an indoor market now. That wasn't like that. There were various little shops which now there are more big shops. You know, there were little tiny sweet shops and things like that at one time. And the Mascot Cafe was there. I know my mother used to go to a hairdresser's near the Mascot Cafe. And we used to meet her there after school if she was going to have a perm or something. And you would peep in, and she would be sitting there with all these rollers in her hair, with wires attached to the rollers. I mean, don't do this now, you know. With all these wires, and it was a sort of electric perm, you know. And then she'd come out of the hairdressers and she'd take us upstairs to the Mascot Cafe, which was about next door. And we would have cream curls, these sponge cakes that were curled round and filled with cream. And the Mascot Cafe was it was supposed to be quite posh, you know, a bit posh. The Horden Institute was there. The Lonsborough hadn't. It's changed a bit inside, because I worked at the Lonsborough as a holiday job one summer. It would be about... would it be? It was when I was at college, I think, so it would be about 55 or 56, something like that. And so that's changed a bit inside, but outside it's not changed much at all. And really, Weatherall's, there used to be Cheeseman's as well. The shops have changed what they do. Because there used to be grocers, and now there don't seem to be grocers anymore. You know, you go to the supermarket, don't you, just out of town. But there used to be one or two grocers, you know, actually within the town. And there used to be butchers and fishmongers and so on, and people selling vegetables and so on. But I think most of those shops have been taken over by chain stores of some kind or another nowadays, you know, and banks and building societies and whatnot. There weren't that many banks in Boho. I think the banks weren't quite as rich as they are now.